Time now to talk business. I am joined by Wes Brown. He's a business editor for Talk Business and Politics. Good to see you.
Thanks for inviting me, man.
All right, let's talk about a couple things happening on the business front. It's been a lot to report on lately. It's
been
good
pretty
stuff,
busy.
and we're not even going to get to all of it. So let's begin with the Little Rock Tech Park. This has been some drama that's been unfolding.
A lot of drama.
For several weeks now. Give me just kind of a Cliff Notes version of what has happened to where we are now.
Well, they held a specially called meeting earlier this week, and to vote on an offer for to Little Rock attorneys Richard Mays on the property that's been holding up the downtown development. The bottom line is he accepted their offer for 1.037 million, and now the tech park, which has its financing package in hand, can move forward with this downtown development.
What's going to go in this building? What's going to be in there?
It's supposed to be companies and entrepreneurs, tech related, but to date there's nothing. They're vacant. So this is the big plan is to lure these tech park, Silicon Valley type tech companies to Little Rock, and that's yet to be seen.
So you got to build it before they will come. Is what they're basically
exactly.
saying. All right, let's turn to another subject that you've written a lot about, and that is gasoline prices. They have been declining at the pump for several weeks now prior to the Thanksgiving holiday, maybe a little bump up over Thanksgiving weekend, but expectations are that we will see some very low gas prices throughout the holiday season for the next several weeks. Why is that? What's at work?
Well, the bottom line, of course, is, as always, it's the price of crude oil. The price of crude oil internationally and in the U.S. domestic markets is about around $40 a barrel, and what that means is that prices are going to there's an overflow of oil all over the world. Everybody, OPEC is pumping, the United States is pumping, Russia is pumping, so there's an overflow of crude oil. And what that means for Arkansans and the rest of U.S. consumers is that gas prices will be low, around $2 or below that level going into the first quarter of 2016.
Hey, you may get a nicer Christmas present from me as a result
all
of that.
Right,
so.
All right. I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Let's talk about a big economic report that came out this week. We've got the third quarter gross domestic product numbers, and basically a revision from a previous estimate. We thought it was going to be about 1.5% for the third quarter. It looks like it's going to be 2.1% was the official number, which is lower than 3.9% in the second quarter. And all of those numbers jumbled around. Is this good news, bad news, or just ugly news?
Well, it's better than expected news from the 1.5%, 2.1% growth in the U.S. economy is better than was previously reported. These revised reports, the last report will come in just before Christmas, and that'll be the final number. And most people are expecting it to be around 2.3 or 2.4%. The bottom line is slower than the previous quarter, which was a robust 3.9%. And that shows that the U.S. economy was speeding along, and then it hit a road bump, and now it's slowing down. The question is what we're going to see in the first quarter of 2016 after the big Christmas holiday shopping season.
Right. Growth is still better than no growth. So
we're not in negative numbers, so that's good.
So James Bullard, the St. Louis Fed chief, was in Fort Smith a little over a week ago talking a little bit prior to this revised number that came out. But this is a quote that he said, "The economy is going to go into a boom period. That may sound strange to you." That's what he said. Does it sound strange to you?
That sounds very strange to me. Well, I don't think the U.S. economy has post the 2008, the Great Recession in 2000. We haven't seen any boom. And his prediction is that going into 2016, that we're going to see a ratcheting up of the U.S. economy. From most economists out there, I don't see that. The job numbers are coming are pretty positive. Inflation is around 2%, but other than that, the stock markets are down. There's most companies are saying, well, we may not be hiring as much in 2016.
Wage growth is another big indicator that is not super strong, even though we've got that job growth and we've got some of that other stability there.
And the other thing is consumer confidence. Consumers have said going into the holiday shopping season that they're nervous. They have some discretionary money, but they're not exactly looking to spend a lot of it. And what that may mean after in 2060, they don't have as much debt, so that may be the boom that he's talking about.
All right, we'll keep a close eye on it. He's Wes Brown. He's the business editor with Talk Business and Politics. You can catch his great stuff every day at talkbusiness.net. Thanks for being here.
All right.
And that is all for this week's edition of Talk Business and Politics. As always, we appreciate you tuning in. Have a busy and a productive week. We'll see you next time.